Hello everyone and welcome back. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about the date formats in Excel. Now in this lecture, let's talk about how to edit and delete data in Excel. There are going to be many cases where you need to edit or delete some data from your Excel worksheet. So let's jump into our Excel application and work on editing and deleting data. So here we are inside our Excel spreadsheet. And now after carefully looking at the product names, I realized that I have actually made a bit of a mistake. In the cell A6, I have written bananas instead of watermelons. Now I want to delete this product name bananas from this cell. I have already selected this cell. So in order to delete the data from a cell, we just need to select that particular cell and then press the delete key from the keyboard, and here we go. This action will not remove the cell, but just the contents of the cell. So you can see here, we have deleted the product name bananas. Now I want you to note that pressing the delete key on our keyboard and using the delete option here in the ribbon are quite different. This delete option on the ribbon actually removes the complete cell, and that may cause other data in the spreadsheet to move. So I would suggest you not to use this option unless you actually want to remove the cell itself. Now as we have removed the content of the cell A6, so here we need to add watermelons. So I'm going to double click in here and type in watermelons. Now after making this required change in my product list, I realized that in the month of January, watermelons were not sold for $60, but for $70. So in order to replace a value in a cell, I am going to single click and overtype by putting in a new value. So we are going to type in 7070 instead of 60 and press enter. And here we go. We have now got the list updated, right? Now in a situation where we want to modify the contents of the cell, we have a few options. So let's modify the content of the cell A7. So I would like to say milk powder instead of milk. So milk powder was sold for $70 in the month of January, $120 in the month of February, and $110 in the month of March. So I'm going to start by clicking on the cell A7. Then I can either come up to the formula bar, click in the formula bar and type the change. So I'm going to say milk powder instead of milk. Now actually I don't want to go to the formula bar and then type in the change. If you want, you can type this change here also, but I will show you another easier way. Now as we have started modifying a cell and we don't want to keep our changes, just press the escape key on the keyboard. And here we go. We don't need to press the undo command because according to Excel, we haven't really committed the change until we press the enter key on the keyboard. Now another easier way to edit a cell is to double click on it. You can see my cursor is now blinking in the cell A7, and now I can type in my change again. So it is milk powder. And then to commit this change, we have to press the enter key on our keyboard. So we now have the updated monthly sales report spreadsheet. Now another thing we need to do here is adjust the width of our columns. Sometimes you will notice that Excel has actually made your columns wide enough to fit the values, which is really handy. But it doesn't do that for all of your data. So in case you want to adjust your column widths, come up to the top where you have your column letters A, B, C and so on. Find the little separating line to the right of the column you want to make wider and then click and drag. It's really that simple. So why don't you now practice and make some changes in your spreadsheet. Edit and delete some of your data. Try to adjust the column width as per your need. And let us know in the comment section if you have any doubt. So that's all for this lecture. I am going to end it here and see you in the next one. Thank you.